All right, so for the light body reading, instead of doing an analysis this week, I just wanted to go over the 7D light body. And this is just what I turned to, and something to look forward to as far as your ascension path, what you can work towards, how you can understand the steps and alignment needed. And so I've already had 3 people move through this phase. Few people are getting close to this level of my personal client. So I've watched more than a couple people move through this and seen different perspectives and different ways of integrating the information, how they're working with these higher levels of frequencies and consciousness and abilities, etc. And the reality is even at the 8D level, you're still embodying the human mind, the human reality, the human personality. None of this dissolves. People go to this extreme thinking that once you're enlightened, you're this light being that has no feelings, no fears, no personality, just this numb being. But what it really is somebody that's very balanced. They're able to perceive the truth through distortions. They're able to understand their perspective versus other people's, meaning they're easily able to shift into another perspective through unity. They're able to empathetically feel other people's energies, understand their thoughts, their vibrations, the layers of personalities with others, situations, plants, animals. There's this huge expansion, but a lot of people also, it just becomes this claircognizance where they just know what's going on. They understand that their field is, if there's a distortion in their field, they can feel it. They're not reactive to external situations, meaning they don't have emotional triggers. Their mind is stable and balanced. It's, for the most part, optimistic and positive, feeling a sense of joy, true joy and bliss within the heart all of the time. And if there is a distortion in the heart, in the field, in people around them, they can feel it and know where it's coming from. It increases energetic sensitivity and the ability to perceive truth in alignment with source, God, versus the inversion or distortions. Okay, so there's a lot of misconceptions about that. Ultimately, you're able to rise above most issues and problems because you can perceive the true nature of things, but the human personality is still there without the distorted programs, without the emotional trauma, and without the mental dissonance. Okay, so it is aligned, healthy, whole human in their personality self with the ability to tune in to higher frequencies, to tune to true God source, and to perceive the true nature of reality through densities and through dimensions. Okay, so the 7D light body is 18,000 kilohertz to 30,000 kilohertz. What activates here is the golden heart field, the rainbow merkaba. The plasmic fields actually dissolve, and the golden heart field and rainbow merkaba are the only energetic structures. So this is what it looks like. And what happens here, once you move into the 5D system, you measure the 5D, the 6D, and the 7D once you're at the 7D level, okay? Because you will be running all of those fields to resonate with the 6th density. You have to activate the 6D light body. If you want to resonate with the 5th density, you have to activate the 5D light body. So you will be moving through all of those bodies all of the time. So when we do energy healing on people that are that evolved, we actually look at all 3 bodies, okay? For the most part, once you get into higher 6D, you won't need much healing. But if you are an old ancient being and you've incarnated through 7D, through 6D, through 5D, you will hold the distortions from those lifetimes in the higher densities in the field. And so as you elevate, you have to clear the blocks and distortions from those past lives. And once all of that has cleared, all it is maintenance. And it's maintaining your energy field, staying connected to God's source, staying balanced, aligned, and harmonic, and then there's not much energy work to do. I recommend people meditating every day and working on their field every day, because otherwise what happens is that something little will creep in, you won't notice it, and then it will get a little more. You don't notice it. You build up a what is it called? Resistance, I guess. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You build up resistance to the density. Same with the higher frequency. So as you're elevating, once you get to a new octave, it feels amazing, beautiful. And then once you really integrate it, it balances out, and you don't feel that crazy, illuminated, blissful feeling. It's because you've anchored it. So then you can elevate more. And you stay on that process. The same thing happens with the lower frequencies, is if there's a little block comes in, a little distortion, you don't notice it, then it can grow a little bit, you don't notice, it grows a little, you don't notice, and then all of a sudden you have a huge block there. So you have to do the maintenance no matter what, because we have the physical vessel, and it is our nature to be here to collect these blocks. It's part of how we were structured. So if you're in the 3D, 4D, 5D, around 3D, 4D, 5D realities, people, etc., which everyone is, the 5D collective is very small right now. You can collect those, they can build, you can start resonating with those same thoughts and belief systems of other people, and all of a sudden your energy's dipped. Yeah, you have blocks in your field. Okay, so you have to maintain the energy. This is why I built the Academy, because you can't do one energy healing session and then you're like off, I'm completely healed and free. That's not how it works. And I think I spoke about this last week too. It's way too much. So if you were to do it all in one swoop, it's not possible or safe, really. So at the 7D light body level, this consists of the golden torus and the rainbow Merkaba. In the system, there's a gateway to source that resembles a golden portal. It sits at the very top of the field. This portal is reflected in the golden core. So you have a portal to source at the top, a portal to source in the core of the planet, the 7D core, and a portal to source through the heart. And these all anchor in Christ consciousness, into your field, into the physical vessel, and that's what you're radiating and working with, okay? This is the embodiment and activation of Christ consciousness. This represents the birth of the divine child through the human form, limitless in divine power, transcendent of illusory reality, and instant divine manifestations. This also happens as your field clears. You're able to create as the divine because you've activated the God self. Okay, and it's not like, oh, I want this to happen, this to happen, this to happen. But in the past, when you had a lot of blocks and distortions, you could want something. It could take years to manifest. Now, when you're resonating with this field, as long as what you want is in alignment with the divine and divine timing, it can come in immediately. There's no resistance there. But also keep in mind, when you're at this level, you're embodying the divine, which means you are the divine. And if it is all in divine timing and divine will, it's going to happen when it's divinely meant to happen, if it's meant to happen. And a lot of those ego-based hopes, desires, dreams, wants, and needs dissolve because you're fully anchored in with God. So that reality, those realities, those wants, don't necessarily need to happen. They'll happen if they need to. So this is the ultimate test on patience, okay? So a lot of this you have to experience to understand. This represents the birth of the divine child through human form. I just read that. Rainbow Merkaba holds all frequencies and is fully connected to all that is. It is the frequencies of the 13 densities stabilized within the field. So let's look at this again. This is the Rainbow Merkaba. It's a 24-point Merkaba. And this activates when the personal field dissolves. It actually absorbs all the frequencies of the 7 rays, and then you carry that with you at the 7D level. You, at this form and in this density, you are light, okay? This will not materialize on the 3D plane. It is a spiritual process that activates at the 7D level, and when you can access that through meditation, then you can tune into these fields of information and light. And then when you move on past the material realm, you have done the spiritual work to be in this reality. Okay, so we're doing spiritual work on the physical plane to create reality structures for ourselves through eternity. Okay. At this phase, one should be in full control of their thoughts, emotions, and have an innate knowing of the true nature of reality at a cosmic level. Okay. Golden heart field and the rainbow Merkaba can hold blocks, distortions, even genetic mutations from past or ancient lives. If there are distortions, the work at this level will be to clear the past life trauma that created those woundings, which I just spoke about. At the 7D level, one is working with divine power, divine love, and source. God works through the individual. We just spoke about that. The separated self is fully dissolved and one becomes a living, breathing expression of the divine. So you are literally the God self walking around creating miracles as you do so. Now, this takes mastery at the 7D level. Same with 8D level. It takes mastery. That's why I'm starting the Jedi path, is to help people. Once you move through the Enzo Academy, you've healed everything, you've aligned everything, then it's getting in to understand our power as divine beings and to master that. And so that is what I'm currently working on. I'm going through the full initiation, putting myself through all of this, which has been really intense. I'm hoping to have that done soon. I'm not sure. It all depends on how it goes. Solar body activation is possible at the 7D level. This is when the physical body dissolves all density and all resonance with the inversion. The cellular structure activates the crystalline matrix and gold flow, which is essentially high frequency light matter. Although one may still hold the physical appearance of a human, they are not human by means of cellular structure and mass. They are choosing this form as a way to exist on the plane. So at a higher level, once this fully activates in the physical body, your physical body is there, but it's completely different because it's composed of light. Okay, I hope that was helpful. And again, this is all from the Aura of God, my most recent book. And we are working on spiritual ascension through the physical body. And right now, that's why most people are here. This gives you a map. It helps you tremendously. It does not hold all the answers. It holds a foundation, a guide, a wire mesh, if you will, of things to follow to help you on the path. We do not go over what spiritual experiences you should have, what you should believe. It's more about the energetic structure of your field. As you move through that, you will connect to the divine so powerfully that you won't need anyone else to tell you what's going on because you will have that connection. Once all the programs, blocks, and distortions are completely dissolved, there's nothing distorting your lens. So you can connect to the divine in a very pure way and understand. And really, at this point, it's pretty quiet. There's not much to tell you. You just have to keep walking your path. There's not as many messages coming in because there's not as many distortions. It's not like, when I was younger, I felt like I was walking through an obstacle course, going through hoops, through the tunnels, up and over, climbing on the ropes to get over the mountain. And now it's just like, I just kind of float forwards and things aren't perfect. I'm not like, a millionaire and famous and, all the things that the 3D person wants. I don't even have that many followers online. But life is carrying me through life. The divine is carrying me through life in a way that is magical. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet. And I know when things come in, they're supposed to manifest. And I do what I can to share as much as I can and to be seen from those lower frequency ranges and people that are struggling so that I can help them through that. But a lot of it is just forward, peaceful movement in alignment. And that's really the inner peace. And a lot of people are addicted to conflict, addicted to chaos, even lower vibrational thoughts, beliefs, programs. And so once you clear those, there's a recalibration to peace, to quiet, to moving through life without all the chaos. And that's the goal here, because that is true alignment. And also understand that as you shift into true source light, divine alignment out of the reversal fields, there is a lot of resistance. Okay, so once you're here, But if you move back into this reality, like my job is basically to help people align with true source. There are entities and energies that will do everything in their power to keep people from getting on this path, to try and block me. They can't actually access me, but they block people around me, situations, technology, those types of things. So just because something isn't working doesn't mean it's not meant to you. Could be that is your path, and your job is to push through that resistance, through that density, to get to the other side, because that's all it takes. But there is that resistance, especially at the 4D level, moving into 5D, okay? After that, it's primarily you're in alignment. Things will come in, they'll try to pull your attention, but it's a lot harder once you're in 5D, okay? I will stop there. I hope that was helpful. See you next time.